always hard for me to start filming when we're driving because then I have to stop backseat driving. So I have to make sure that you have this under control before I can pay attention to something else. So you sure you got this?
I got it.
You don't need my help?
I got it.
Okay. Hi, Next Waypoint here again. I'm Andrea, and today I am Team Trinity. Take a look on this screen for what Team Trinity is all about. And Clay is Team Red Shirt Fridays, and also take a look on the screen for what Red Shirt Friday means. We are traveling with our faithful friends, Poe, who is very happy to be on the road again after almost 3 weeks. The bird.
The bird.
He's still angry. He's having trouble staying in his seat. It's not his fault. He's very brown.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? So yeah, we are back on the road after 2.5 weeks easily. We were detained to have the axle replaced, the rear axle on the RV. So even though we were only supposed to spend 5 days at Unhitched in Foley, Alabama, we ended up spending about 2.5 weeks there. It was nice not moving every 3 to 7 days. And I actually liked hanging with the snowbird crowd. I wasn't sure. We don't usually go to resorts. We're usually at state parks and military places. But this was a small resort, a lot of snowbirds. But they have a lot of activities, the weekly activities. The line dancing. I actually learned how to line dance a little bit. So that was good exercise for me. They had Wednesday morning coffees.
Coffees? Ice creams?
They had Tuesday night was ice cream social.
Yeah, they had movie night.
Friday night movie night.
TV night.
They had karaoke, which we never attended.
Karaoke.
And they do have their TV show night. So they're doing Ted Lasso right now.
Yeah.
Which we didn't attend that one.
Bingo.
Oh yeah, they have bingo. So there's something going on every night. There's always card games going on somewhere in the activities center if you want to do that. They have a nice pool area with a lazy river and stuff. And, being March, first day we got there, it was like 80 degrees and we were hot and stressed from setting up. And so I got in the water and it was pretty cold. It was like 71, 72 degrees that day in the water, but it was 80 something outside. And then the temps continued that way for a while and then they dropped. And so I never got back in the pool because I can't imagine that the water ever warmed up at all. But kids, they were in it.
We were backed up to a marsh area, like a little runoff where water was. The frogs just drove us nuts. Boy, they were noisy.
The first several nights. I mean, it was funny, but at the same time, you just want to yell, "Shut up."
Are you the one making all that noise? Making all that noise at night?
There was also snakes in that area too.
Yes.
So maybe the snakes were trying to eat the frogs. I don't know.
I never saw the snakes, but he showed me pictures. I didn't really see many frogs. I only saw dead frogs. The reason we ended up there 2.5 weeks instead of 5 nights was because of the axle, which we discovered at the stop before at Eglin. Now we have had for a year or two noticed that the rear axle just isn't always straight. And then when we were at Eglin Air Force Base, I looked at the passenger side rear RV tire and noticed that the brand new tire was half new and half bald. So that was an indication that something's not right.
Last year, we had a blowout on that same tire area. And then we got all new tires. And I was going to have the axle looked at over this winter, and I didn't get around to having it all the maintenance done, so that's bad on me. You should make sure you do your
Coulda,
maintenance.
shoulda, woulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. We were going to Unhitched Foley. It was only an hour away, and so we decided to put the spare on and go there and have the work done there.
So we limped our way. We took it real careful, stayed off the big highway, and made it to Foley. And the mobile tech there said he thought we would be fine getting there. And Foley had way more places for repairs. So we had a guy lined up to come out and take a look at it the day after we arrived. But when we pulled into Unhitched Foley, there was a Lippert guy right there. I went in and registered, and I told them our situation, that, you know, we just discovered this and we're going to have something done, so we have a tech coming out. And he says, well, we have a Lippert guy here that's on call 24/7, and he happens to be sitting right outside there next to your RV. So he was sitting in his truck on the phone. So we're like, well, let's have him look at it as long as he's right here.
And he looked around, he didn't quite see anything, but from one angle he could say, yep, there's the little dip where clearly that the axle was bent. So that was great that he was there.
Yep.
And he did a full inspection the next day. So Lippert makes a whole bunch of RV parts, and they make the axles for our RV as most brands. And they had to order one, and I agreed to that, but it was going to take
2 weeks.
It was going
basically 2 weeks to get there.
Hate this place a geographical oddity. 2 weeks from everywhere.
And then the next day they would install it. So we were set up for 5 days, and so we just extended it to, you know, whatever the 2 weeks plus a couple days was. So how we heard about Unhitched was through
Endless RVing.
Endless RVing. I remember them as MJ and Izzy, and I always forget their name, their channel name. But MJ and Izzy had done a video on this place, and I remembered it because it had a fake alligator that the people there tricked them into thinking there was an actual alligator in the pond there, but it was a fake, and they made a cute video on that. Also just an hour from my niece Lindsay and her husband Tim. She came twice to visit us in Foley, because Foley is a cute little town, lots of shops, lots of thrifting, lots of good restaurants. It has the Tanger outlets, some cute bookstores, and so there was plenty to do, and she and Tim came to the campsite both times.
Statements for the ones you have to all that. I was sitting next to Liz Adams at the pep rally when Robert Romero came running through the doors.
Even near the campground, going the other direction from Foley, Summerdale,
Yep.
all cute little old, they had everything old and everything new. They had a Walmart,
Yes.
Tractor Supply, but all the old shops.
Exactly,
And
everything old, everything new.
Yep.
So we highly recommend the Foley, Alabama area and Unhitched RV.
Definitely. But Mel from Lippert did a great job. The axle came in.
It looks pretty.
Yeah?
That's my
It's
axle.
going on yours?
Goes on mine.
There you go.
Is it straight?
The next day he installed it.
I did not realize you were going to pick up the whole thing. That's. Oh, jeez. Bend with your knees.
Yeah.
So you're just looking for just as soon as the grease comes out.
Yeah,
You
usually
don't-
on a brand new bolt,
Yeah.
it's only 3 pumps.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, on a brand new bolt. Yeah, because we kind of, you know, if you get too much of this grease built up, all it does is collect all that dirt and everything
Yeah.
just turns into sandpaper, you know. It's
I looked at the tires on all the tires look
All
lined
nice and
up.
straight for the first time in ages.
So Mel did a really good job, and yeah, I'm really glad I was able to do that. Another thing we did when we got the tanks cleaned.
Yes, we finally got all of our tanks cleaned.
So they sent out Unhitched sent out a text saying, hey, this guy's in the area mobile, and come by the office to get his coupon. So yeah, I did that, called him, and he was able to work around my schedule because I wanted to make sure we got the axle done. That was
Right.
That was primary. But yeah, Rod from Tank Rangers did a great job, and
Right.
a lot of nasty stuff coming out of all the tanks.
Guess how often you're supposed to clean your tanks?
You're supposed to do that at least once a year.
Guess how often we've done our tanks?
None.
This is the first time.
If they're black, little black and little white chunks, or sometimes they'll be like that, they're brown, black. Looks like a chunk of moss or something. That's usually mold.
Oh, okay.
That's just from warm tank, the heat, and then stuff on the bottom. So it will, have a tendency to start to grow mold, and that's why we say annually. Because
No, that was nice. It was a nice park. We rode our bikes around, nice and flat. The little pond area. They had a pool room, which was great. I got to play pool with Tim. I won the first 3 games, and he won the last 3 games, and we called it quits.
Call it even. It was pretty good, because Tim has played a lot of pool, and he's very good at it, so good on Clay for keeping him up.
I was very pleased with the way I played. But they had a Pac-Man, free Pac-Man game to play, which I thought we would go over and play more, but we didn't.
They had a whole gym, a small gym, but yeah, so the lake house has an activities room with the pool table and the game and a little kitchen. They have a great laundry room, best laundry room really ever. Nice. 4 washers, 6 dryers, $2 a piece. They get your trash at your site. I love that. And I know a lot of places do that, but not the state parks we go to.
And you also, when you want your propane, you just put your propane tank out front.
Put your propane tank out, and they fill it.
And they bring it back.
And then you check in with them when you leave and make sure it's paid for. So yes, nobody could have been friendlier. Nobody could have possibly have been any more helpful. So highly recommend Unhitched Foley, and we really, really want to come back sometime. So now we are headed to a state park in Louisiana.
Right.
We had to change everything.
In order to go to Galveston, we have a place in Lake Charles, Louisiana we already had scheduled. So we just picked a place halfway in between.
And then we'll be at the RV deployment with no sticks, no bricks.
No sticks, no bricks, and 3 others. But yes, we're looking forward to that. And we've never been to Galveston. We did all that Texas time and never did Galveston. Right. If you get a chance, check out our new website, nextwaypoint.net, and you can see where we're headed, kind of. It kind of masks where we're going, not exactly, but you can have a good idea where we're going and where we've been. Some of our videos and some of our pictures, and some of our blogs.
Little blog going, and it's still under construction in some places. We haven't caught up because we just got it going, but we're trying to backtrack and put in all the information about all the places we've been. Give us, advice, compliments, criticisms, whatever.
That is the dumbest website I've ever seen. Be
kind, but be honest.
I'm very proud of it. It took a lot during the winter. I worked on that a lot, and a little help from ChatGPT.
A lot of help from ChatGPT.
Enough.
So, all right. Well, we had a great time at the last place, and I'm sure we're going to have a good time at our next waypoint. So, we'll talk to you again after that one.
Yeah, we'll see you at the next waypoint. Thanks for watching. And those we had to cancel in order to stay. In order to stay at the Unhitched to get the tire undone. What's going on here?
I picked up a napkin to wipe my face, and there was a half of a cookie in the napkin, and the cookie went flying, and now there's crumbs all over me. I was trying to hide my cookie.